Hi guys, we're gonna introduce a useful technique, the counting. Okay, uh, we will introduce the counting principles, and then two types of different counting. One is permutation, the other one is combination. The first learning objective is to understand this fundamental counting principle, the products rule, and then apply it. The fundamental counting principle, let's read through that. It says the number of ways in which a series of successive things can occur is found by multiplying the number of ways in which each thing can occur. For instance, if an operation, a task, consists of k steps to achieve this the task goal, and the first step can be performed in, say, n1 number of ways. Second step can be performed in n2 number of ways, regardless how the first step was performed, and so on and so forth. The kth step can be performed in nk number of ways, regardless how the preceding steps were performed. Then the entire operation can be performed in the product of n1 to nk number of ways. So this is very simple, however, super useful. Super useful. Let's demonstrate this using the problem number 1. Let me move this up. Problem number 1. A pizza can be ordered with 3 choices of size, small, medium, and large. 4 choices of crust, thin, thick, crispy, and irregular. And 6 choices of topping, ground beef, sausage, pepperoni, bacon, mushroom, or onions. Then we want to decide how many different one-topping pizzas can be ordered. So here the operation is how many to decide how many possible one-topping pizzas, right? So you have to break that into different steps. So here the step number 1. So call step 1. Let's choose a size, right? Choose a size. There are 3 choices, right? 3 choices. We have small, medium, large. So therefore, 3 number of ways to do that. Now step 2. We're gonna choose a crust. Now, regardless what size you choose, there are how many 4 different choices of crust that we can choose. So there are 4 different number of ways to do that, regardless what size you choose. And step 3, you're gonna choose the topping, right? Step 3. So you're gonna choose a topping. And how many ways can you choose a topping? I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways to do that, regardless what size you choose, what crust you choose. So there are 6 different ways to do that. So now, according to the counting principle or the multiplication rule, we are going to say the total number of different one topping pizzas can be equal to 3 times 4 times 6, so which is 12 times 6, which is 72. So this is an example showing you how this can be done, how the counting principle is applied. So the trick is, in this example, it's pretty obvious. Like step 1, you choose size. Step 2, crust. Step 3, topping. But in some other cases, that may not be that obvious. So it all comes down to how you can cleverly break a operation into different steps, and then identify how many ways for each step, and then multiply them to get the final correct counting. Now let's take a look at the second example here. Vehicles license plates are formed with 3 letters followed by 3 numbers. So at least my license plates look like that, like many Omaha plates are like that, 3 letters and then 3 numbers. So now let's first question is how many different license plates are possible with repetition allowed. So what do? I would definitely break, because we have 3 letters followed by 3 numbers, right? I'm gonna break this task into a 6-step process. So I'm gonna say, let me zoom in a little, okay? 6-step process. The step 1, I'll choose the, I'll fill in the first, so your plate has 6 characters, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our job is to fill in those with letters and numbers. These 3 has to be letters. These 3 has to be numbers, right? So that's our job. Now we're gonna do that one by one. Step 1, fill in a letter. How many different letters that can we choose to fill in the first one? There are 26, right? So that's your step number 1. And step number 2, fill in the second one. Second has to be a letter, so there's another 26 number of ways to do that. And similarly for the third one, 26. Now for the fourth one, because it has to be a number, you have 10 numbers to choose from, 0 to 9. So this will be 10. Similarly, this will be 10. This will be 10. So I actually have, we can determine license plates with these 6 steps. And then because there are 6 steps, you just need to multiply all these together. And that's the correct number of ways to count. So this is 26 cubed times 10 cubed. This actually turns out to be 17,576,000 number of different plates. All right, the second part, sometimes there can be different variation of this type of problems. So how many license plates could begin with A and end in 0? So now you have to think about this. Okay, your first character is already determined. It's already determined. It has to be A, right? So how many ways can you fill in the first one? You have only one way. It has to be A, nothing else. The only way that you fill it in is using the A. Similarly, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last character, it has to be 0, right? So how many ways to fill in the last one? You have only one ways. So it has to be 0. So only one way, right? Here this has to be, must be A. So only one way. For the middle ones, how many ways can you how many ways can you fill in the second character? Because it has to be a letter, so there are 26 ways. And for the third one, 26 ways. The fourth and the fifth, they're numbers, so 10 and 10. So therefore, I'm going to multiply them. This is equal to 26 square times 10 square. And 26 square is 676. And then 100, that's 2 zeros. So that's how many license plates begin with A and end in 0. Now, how many license plates could begin with MCC? So very similar, right? So you might want to pause the video and think about this one. Okay, because the first 3 letters, they must be MCC. So only one way for the first one. Second one, only one way. The third character has to be only one way because there's only C. You can do that. But for the numbers, there's no restriction, so you can just do what we just did. So 10 ways for the fourth character, 10 for the fifth, and 10 for the last characters. So therefore, this is going to be 1,000 possible plates. Lastly, how many license plates are possible in which all the letters and digits are distinct? Okay, so now, again, always think about this as 6-step process. So I have 6 characters. So the first one, fill in a letter. There are 26 letters available, right? Now the second one, you must fill in a letter. However, one letter has been used in for the first character, so that letter cannot be used because we do not allow repetition. The digits and letters must be distinct. So we are left with 25 letters to choose from, right? Step 3, we're going to find a letter to for the third character. 2 letters are already used, so you are left with 24 to choose from. So 24, right? And now for the numbers, 10 numbers available to choose from for the fourth character. So this is going to be 10. And once the fourth character is determined, that digits cannot be used anymore. So you have 9 to choose from for the fifth character. So this is going to be 9. Similarly, you have 8 to choose from for the last one. So therefore, you just multiply all these together because you have these are different steps. So this actually turns out to be 11,232,000 number of plates. All right, this is the objective number 1. We look at the fundamental counting principle, which is the multiplication rule. Recap is you will have to. This takes practice to be well, to be good at. So the key is think of for an operation or for some certain outcome. How can you achieve that outcome by? How can you break this outcome into steps so that you can go through these steps and achieve this outcome, right? So this is the key. This is the tricky part. There will be some good problems to practice this skill, especially those poker hand problems. Those are really, really excellent exercise to help you master this skill.